I don't get it. Why do people still believe in Treyarch? Maybe it's just that people don't understand that while Call of Duty is published by Activision, it's actually made by two different developers. Infinity Ward, the company who started the highly successful and immersive War series, and Treyarch, the other guys. This way they can release a new Call of Duty game every year, and yet still have each game in production for 2 years. Unfortunately, this means that every 2 years we get a well-developed game made by people who understand pacing, aesthetics, writing and innovation, and then every off year we get a Treyarch game. Everything Treyarch did in Black Ops simply seems like them trying to be like their cooler older brother Infinity Ward. Let's take for example what seems to be the most popular aspect of Call of Duty, the multiplayer. In COD 4 Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward took what Valve had established in Team Fortress 2 and introduced what is now a standard in online FPS games: persistent stats. As you get kills, win matches and complete objectives, you gain XP. As you gain XP, you gain levels. As you leveled, you would unlock new weapons. This continued in both Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, but with a fundamental difference. In Modern Warfare 2, as you used a weapon to get kills and achievements, you would unlock new attachments for that weapon. Therefore, the more you used a weapon, the better attachments you could get. In a highly competitive multiplayer setting, this gave you bragging rights. If you had an AK-47 with tiger print camo, extended mags and holographic sights, other people would know that you had not only played the game a lot, but that you were good at it. Now shift to Black Ops, where they introduced a money system. This meant that as you leveled up, you gained access to the purchase of a new weapon, and once you bought that new weapon, you could then buy any attachments you needed. What this did was cut out any progression you felt. You could simply buy a good gun, all the best attachments for it, and then use that forever. Your gun didn't grow with you, and you couldn't show off your skill with a weapon simply by having other people see it. Single player suffered similar basic flaws, although to be fair, Modern Warfare 2 exhibited a bit of this as well.
It's been a while.
Take the opening scene. You, Woods and Bowman are poring over a map in a seedy bar in Cuba, meeting with a local contact. The lights are dim, the smoke is thick and the voices are low. The scene is set very well, the slow pace, the hint of danger, and was intriguing enough to get me immediately interested. Suddenly, some heavily armed police burst in. Everybody tenses, chatter dies down as they get closer, and then out of fucking nowhere, a shitstorm of open warfare breaks out in the middle of the streets. Then after about 5 minutes of you murdering your way up the road with a grenade launcher, it's followed by a "and then you get away" and switches to the next morning. If shit was going to go to plan anyway, why bother having a randomly huge gun battle in an implausible situation that didn't add anything to the story? Have you and your buddies get caught up trying to explain their way out of it. Then have your combat tutorial be a small scene in a bar with silenced pistols. Something you can try and fucking hide until morning at least. You need to build up to an open battle with machine guns. Now honestly, my main problems with Black Ops were these: gameplay problems, pacing problems, and some of the models and effects were pretty terrible, especially on PC. In terms of graphics glitches, there was everything from basic occlusion problems, where a window would appear in front of its layer, to lighting problems, to character popping. Particles like splashes activating even if your boat wasn't moving I found odd, and in the same way you fly a helicopter, if you went too far off the very determined track they had defined, then everything just became flat terrain with a few sprites on top of it. In terms of gameplay, they really did like slow-mo, and they would pop it in there sometimes for no reason.
Great honor, Mr. President.
When your character meets the president, for example, why does it slow down? And they've taken the breaching charge from Modern Warfare 2 and made the slow-mo last about 3 times longer. But what I really did like was the character design. Fair call that they were pretty generic most of the time, but let's just say this: I love Victor Reznov and Frank Woods.
Ensuring our victory should have earned him a hero's welcome to Russia.
Maybe it's just that Reznov was voiced by Gary fucking Oldman, but every time he spoke I just wanted him to keep going. And personally, I found Woods a very interesting game character. You can see that he lives to be in combat. He's great at it, and you'll often catch a smile while he's doing something incredibly dangerous. Basically, he actually reacts to living in a game world. At one point, you're all caught and forced to play Russian roulette by the damn dirty commies. Woods really throws out his character by screaming,
"You can't kill me! You shoot, you shoot!"
You get the impression that after all the crazy shit that you guys have somehow gotten through and pulled off, he sees himself as invincible. He's not someone who can be taken down by a lousy henchman. The only way he's going down is in a blaze of glory, nobly sacrificing himself for the good of someone else. All in all, Black Ops just didn't feel very Black Opsy to me. Black operations should all be about stealth, discretion and deniability. Not simply fighting like a regular soldier in the Vietnam War. It should be up close, slower and more careful. One of my favourite lines from the original Splinter Cell was when Sam is told he has lost existence privileges for the duration of his current mission. If he's caught, no one is going to help him, and no record of him would be found. This is the feeling they missed in Black Ops. They got it well at a few points in the game, and it was helped by the pretty decent camera animations and motion capture. But in others, the sense of peril sort of escaped them. If you're going to have scenes like these, why not just make Call of Duty Vietnam War? When you're going to make a game about operations which are internationally illegal, therefore unsanctioned and officially unsupported, perhaps not have those operatives working alongside the entire fucking army. I just don't get it.